topic for our mental health awareness exhibition is antisocial personality disorder. Our team consists of 5 team members, which are Chong Yishen, Zhong Xiaoweishan, Li Yizhen, Mak Shuxin, and Dan Suk-gyak. Our presentation consists of 4 parts. First, a brief introduction of antisocial personality disorder. Second, the experiential activity. Third, the explanation of activity. And fourth, the take-home message and the activity related to it. The question is, what is antisocial personality disorder? Antisocial personality disorder is a disorder characterized by a long-term pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others, intentionally or through negligence, starting from childhood or early adolescence to adulthood. Antisocial personality disorder can only be diagnosed in adulthood, and an individual must previously be diagnosed with conduct disorder by the age of 15. Criteria associated with this disorder are significant impairments in personality functioning, including impairment of both self-functioning and interpersonal functioning, and the presence of pathological personality traits in both antagonism and disinhibition domains. Impairment in self-functioning can be featured by impairment in identity or self-direction, while impairment in interpersonal functioning is featured by either lack of empathy or incapacity for mutual intimate relationship. On the other hand, antagonism is characterized by manipulativeness, deceitfulness, carelessness, and hostility, and disinhibition characterized by irresponsibility, impulsivity, and risk-taking. Individuals with this disorder show symptoms such as failure to conform to law, failure in sustaining consistent employment, manipulation for personal gain, deception, and incapacity in developing stable interpersonal relationships. The lifetime prevalence for antisocial personality disorder in men ranges from 2 to 4%, while reported 0.5 to 1% in women. Other than that, 47% of male prisoners and 21% of female prisoners were found to have antisocial personality disorder. Several co-occurring mental health and addictive disorders, such as major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, somatic symptom disorder, substance use disorder, gambling disorder, and sexual disorders, are associated with antisocial personality disorder. Individuals diagnosed with this disorder are at risk to traumatic injuries, accidents, suicide attempts, hepatitis C infections, and human immunodeficiency virus. This disorder has also been suggested in certain populations to be a predictor to poor treatment response. Due to accidents, suicide, and homicide, individuals diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder were reported to have high mortality rates.
So now, let's move on to the experiential activity. Please wear your earphone to create a better experience and also carry out the activity in a quiet place so you won't be disturbed in the middle of the activity.
Hi, welcome to the PSY 3-1 Experiential Activity Classroom. You are now in a race with reward. Take note that your parents are in the hospital and you desperately in need of medical costs in treating them. That's what made you join this experimental activity. You will be presented with 3 questions. If you got it right, the reward will increase as you will get 10k for each question. Remember, if you answer one question wrongly, all of the money you gain will be forfeited and you have to start from zero. You will have 5 seconds to answer for each question. Good luck. Question 1. What is the name for the current Prime Minister in Malaysia? The answer is Muhyiddin Yassin. You got it right. You have 10k for now. Question 2. What is the name for this boy K-pop group? The answer is BTS. You got it right. You have 20k for now. Do you want to move on to the next questions or do you want to take the money and leave now? Kindly reminder, the next question will be extremely hard. But in order for you to get all the money, you will need to hit one of these animals here. Remember that you need this money for your parents, so make a wise choice.
The concept of the activity and further explanation will be given to the participants to elicit empathy and understanding. Past research indicate that impulsivity is the core characteristic of ASPD. It leads to an inability to hold back or deliver responses for a larger prize. The question answers serve as a goal-centered activity. The option of hitting animal is a stimuli. The idea of answering question in a short time and animal hitting is to foster the feeling of impulsivity. For ASPD individual, both option, which is hitting the animal or continuing answering tough question, has the same level of feasibility. Besides that, the idea of answering easy question in a short time is also to stimulate the thought process of ASPD. Research show that people with ASPD are risk takers with dysfunctional thought processes, which they will go straight from the stimulation to the behavior without thinking about the consequences.
ASPD individuals are unable to conceptualize others as feeling individuals. Instead, they see others as a mean to an end for themselves. Some individuals with ASPD may commit violent crimes. However, it is a misconception to believe that all people with antisocial personality disorders are violent criminals. People with ASPD usually need encouragement to seek help. They are just the same human being as us, just that they can understand the emotion that we have. Even if antisocial personality disorder individuals show no remorse and be indifferent on others' matter, but it doesn't mean that they don't have emotion or feeling. ASPD individuals have difficulty to form stable relationship as they have issue to understand others' feelings and emotions. Research show that individuals with severe antisocial personality disorder refrain from marriage because they interfere from forming intimate relationship. There are also studies indicate that the individual of antisocial personality disorder is unable to feel love or intimacy. However, support and motivation plays an important role in helping antisocial personality disorder individual improve in therapy. Hence, stronger family ties enables ASPD individual to live happily with their spouse as indicated in past research.
Research show that gene is the predisposition factors contribute to variance in antisocial behavior. But it is important to take note that large population of variants are resulted from environmental influence. Research show that if one or both parents are antisocial, the child is likely to possess genetic risk in being transmitted with antisocial behavior. The least the child experiencing maltreatment or witness violence in home by antisocial parents. Research show that parents' antisociality enhance the risk of child in developing and externalizing and internalizing problem. This will result in high comorbidity with various psychological disorders such as major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, and dysthymia.
After having a broad understanding of ASPD and an interesting experiential activity, what can we do to promote our mental health in daily life? So, here is an important take-home message to keep in mind and practice together. Since there's no prevention for ASPD, one of the things that we can do is to reduce the symptoms. With this, keeping a schedule is an important take-home message that everyone can practice to reduce the predisposition to mood instabilities. Therefore, even if our emotions seem to be out of control, we can try to create a regular routine for ourselves as much as possible. For instance, firstly, having a healthy diet with 3 meals a day to lower our risk of getting serious health problems. When we stick to a healthy diet, it may reduce mood swings, overall happier prospects, and better concentration, which can help us to relieve symptoms of depression and anxiety. Second, becoming an early riser to wake up and get into bed at a regular time is also essential. Perhaps the biggest distractor from waking up early is insufficient sleep. So, if you are having a fixed wake time, we may be able to improve the problem of sleep deprivations. Furthermore, getting a healthy sleeping routine instead of a night owl can help us to reduce stress and improve our positive moods, thereby reducing the number of illness. Third, the reduced use of alcohol and drugs can also prevent us from developing negative emotions and have a more stable mental state, hence decreasing the risk of committing violent behaviors, which can make feelings of depression and suicide worse. Fourth, having planned activities can also benefit us to focus on our tasks and reduce the probability of mood swings. For example, we can plan for a walk or gym before we go to school or work to keep ourselves busy all the time.
As a reason, keeping a journal to record your major changes in your mood and weekly activities may also help you to determine the reason why you experience them. Here is the weekly timetable at above and mood tracker at below. When you are recording your daily routines, look for patterns and try to avoid situations or activities that might directly impact your mood so that you might be able to control your mood level and less likely to engage in violent behavior. Last but not least, here is a link for your additional information. You can join the ASPD mini exhibition we created to learn about others' activities or technique you can apply in your daily life. For a brief introduction, here is an infographic which will help you to know people with ASPD may have experienced those 4 symptoms, which are extreme changes in mood, self-harm, suicide thoughts, and violent behavior. In conclusion, some people may be more prone to violence and some have a better control of their impulses. Each person is an individual that have different characters that range differently in each character spectrum. It is important to be aware of the individual differences and avoid discriminating or having stigma of people who are different from us. This is the end of our presentation. Thanks for spending your time to have an exploration with us. Have a nice day.